Hello, everybody. Welcome to womenlines.com. Yes, friends, today is time for Stellar Entrepreneur Show. And guess what? We are going to have somebody very special from near Portugal. Before introducing our entrepreneur, I will remind you, do subscribe to Women Lines if you have not subscribed yet. Because Women Lines is especially for you, for those women who want to be a better version of themselves. So do subscribe and let's have some drum rolls for Salma Jafri. Yes, friends, Salma Jafri is a YouTube certified video marketing strategist and an internationally acclaimed speaker. She hosts a weekly video show on YouTube where she teaches and inspires entrepreneurs to grow their personal brand with video. She helps entrepreneurs and brands build their online visibility through the power of video. She is both YouTube certified and inbound marketing certified, placing her in the unique position to build a brand's organic video marketing strategy. Welcome, Salma, to Womenlines.
Thank you so much, Shahrukh, for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for giving us time, Salma. So we are so eager to know about you. So please share about your business, about yourself as a person, as a professional. We want to know about you.
Sure. Real quick. So I started my YouTube marketing journey in 2015.
Okay.
And before that, up till 2009, I was corporate 9 to 5. My background was in marketing. I did an MBA in marketing, joined Deloitte as a marketing consultant, worked for tech companies in marketing. And then in 2009, when I had my first child, I decided to start my own business from home and stay more at home with her. So I started with content marketing and then niched into video marketing in 2017.
Wow, fantastic to know. Motherhood changed completely, and you have your own passion now. You're running your own passionate venture. So it's awesome to know that. So we would love to know Salma as a person. How are you as a person?
So I actually think I started pretty old. So I started my YouTube channel when I was 39, which is, not like a very typical young. So I think, even after motherhood, even after a corporate career, I think it's interesting to be able to start and keep trying new things. So that's something about me. I like starting, whenever I feel like it. I don't let, that limit me. And the other thing I think about me is that I am definitely an eternal optimist. So I always view the glass half full. I'm always thinking about how things can be better. I'm always thinking about, I don't see things as impossible. I think, okay, it's just not possible right now, but maybe I will get there eventually if I put in the work now. So that's I think a good way to look at things.
Friends, take a note. Nothing can stop you at any age. So you can start your YouTube channel now also if you think you are not in that age group. So do subscribe Salma's channel. We will share the link and learn from her because she's an amazing coach. I have learned a lot from her. I'm still learning and I'm a big fan of Salma Jafri. So Salma,
Thank
can
you.
you share what are the three most important habits to be a successful entrepreneur? You have been through an entrepreneurship journey. I'm sure you must have learned a lot.
I did. And at first, a lot of people did write into me and say, I could never work from home. I could never, be self-motivated. So that brings me to the first, I think, quality that you need to have as an entrepreneur is to be self-motivated and self-driven because there's no boss on your head. There's no deadlines unless the ones you impose on yourself. There's nobody really driving you. So guess what? You have to drive yourself. It has to be internal. The drive has to be internal. The motivation has to be internal. So being a self-starter and being self-motivated is definitely one of the top habit I think that you definitely need. The second one I think is a good dose of optimism because what happens is we try different things and a lot of times it doesn't work out. And if you just stop trying and give up and think you failed, then that's true. You will stop, right? But if you think about the fact that, okay, this is a journey, there's going to be lots of experiments, lots of rejections, lots of no's along the way, but I will keep learning from them and trying something new. So kind of developing a thick skin. And saying that, okay, rejection is just something I need to learn from and fix and do better next time. So a good healthy dose of optimistic, journey forward, while learning from all the no's and the failures that happen. The third most important habit, I think, would definitely have to be a little bit of risk taking, because anything, it's there's no guarantees in this journey. Really, it may work, it may not work as well as you wanted it to, it may completely flop, but what do you do next? Do you take another risk? Do you reach out to somebody even though there's like very little chance of it working out? Do you send in that application even though the risk is very high of rejection? So a good healthy amount of risk taking. So those three would be my top three.
Fantastic. Sure, Salma, I love the third one. Risk taking is something which many women are averse and they have to change their mindset, because I don't think anything is a failure. Everything is a journey and we learn something which can be applied further in our next journey. It's all about how we are accepting it and how we are preparing for future. So don't stop yourself if you have got setback in the first initiative. Keep going, friends.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
love
I
to.
like to
Yeah.
say learn to rest, not quit. So
Wow,
yeah.
I love that. Definitely. Learn to rest, but never quit. So, Salma, as an entrepreneur, I'm sure the sales part must be something which you must have acquired with time. And we women
Sure.
entrepreneurs, we really not that great in sales because there are certain limitations we always think we should be having, and we are not having those skills. So, can you share some
Mhm.
sales tip which with us, which has helped you in
Sure.
your profession?
The first sales tip is the fact that I was death scared of sales. Um, I did not know how to sell. Honestly, as an entrepreneur, you learn pretty fast, but if you go into it not knowing, like me, there's hope for you. Don't worry. Because I was like, I don't want to be icky. I don't want to be spammy. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to tell people buy my stuff. Like
Yes.
I don't want to do that. That sounds so ugh. I don't want to do it. And because of all of these feelings, I was deathly afraid of selling for the longest time. And then what changed? So what changed was that I actually hired a coach. And while I was working with him, my entire outlook on how to make sales completely did a 180. And what happened was that I learned that, first of all, if the marketing is really good, sales is natural. So I understood that if you really put in more effort into marketing. Now, what is marketing? Marketing is really just trust building. That's
Correct.
all you're doing, right? And especially with an organic YouTube channel, not running paid ads or anything, it's just organic.
Very
What
true.
is marketing? So my YouTube channel is my organic marketing channel. I'm authentic on it, I'm real on it. I have flaws, which are fine. Sometimes I leave in my bloopers on it as well. And so that marketing positions me as somebody relatable. It's like, okay, she's just like a normal person, just like us. If she can do it, we can do it. And that is the exact idea of that marketing. So the number one sales tip is to have really good marketing. So marketing will do the job for you in building trust, so that when you actually get to the sales conversation, there's already some level of comfort and familiarity with you as a brand, right? People
Very true.
understand what you're about, right? They understand what your values are. They understand how you speak, how you are. So when people actually meet you in a sales call, they're like, I've been watching you for a while. They already feel like they know a little bit about you,
Correct. Very true. Very well said,
right?
I would say.
The second sales tip is that sales is it's not a push to sell. It is really a way to find if it's a good fit. And what happens is people think, okay, whatever, they go into sales conversations thinking, I need to make a sale. I now go into sales conversations thinking, is this, is what I'm selling what the person on the other end actually needs or not?
Very true.
And so the sales call is just a conversation to find out that are we on the same page?
Very true.
Is what I have what you need? It's either a yes or a no. It's very simple,
Very simple. Correct. Very well said.
right? And
Yes.
then the third sales tip is that sales always needs to be value driven. So it's all about figuring out whether it's not about yourself. Like the previous mistake I used to make was think, okay, I need to be really good in order to make the sale. Like I focused on myself. I need to dress properly. I need to look well. I need to, be this. Everything was me focused. And then I flipped the script and I was like, no, it doesn't need to be me focused. It needs to be focused on the person who I'm trying to help. I need to give value to that person. I need to focus on their issues, their problems, where they are in life right now. What are they struggling with? What can I help them with? So when I shift into from a egocentric place to a value driven place, how can I, not about me, but how can I help? That's when sales became really easy for me. So those are my three
Very nice.
tips.
It's so important to understand this concept behind sales, which I think many women entrepreneurs just forget, and they take sales as a very pushy and very salesy like activity for their business, and they want to avoid themselves. So if we start thinking like you, Salma, I think story will change and we can talk better, we can present things better when we're just thinking that we are providing some value and we have to just see
Yeah.
if there's a match, and then it can be magical if it is meeting, right? So it's all about practicing and believing in yourself. Thank you so much for that valuable insight. Now can we talk
Mhm.
about some challenges in life you have faced and got the solution yourself, and maybe it can help some other entrepreneur out. Can you share with us?
So business challenges?
Yes, business challenges.
I think one of the biggest business challenges, especially early on in a journey, is income instability. It's
Cash
like
flow,
maybe,
right? The cash flow is the main
cash flow, and cash flow, generally speaking, as an entrepreneur, can be very, very unstable.
thing.
So I think that's one of the biggest challenges that you start off with. Okay, 1 month, let's say you get a few clients or you get some sponsors or whatever your business is, you sell some products, you're like, yay, I can do this, you're feeling all great. And then, 2 months later, it's like, okay, I'm not making any sales this month, or things are not happening as easily. And so understanding that when you're running your own business, figuring out the income stability part is a huge, huge big deal early on. It is one of the biggest challenges to overcome. Figuring out, what are your baselines? How can you get income stability? How can you get recurring income? And putting solid processes and systems in place for that to happen. And also, while these fluctuations are happening, I think the second biggest challenge is to stay the course, not quit, because obviously quitting is going to be the end. But if you stay the course, you trust the process, you have faith, then and you just don't just need to have faith in yourself, you need to have faith in your products and your services and your business. Like, are they actually really valuable, right? You have to really be proud of whatever you are doing and creating.
Right.
So I
So
think that's
meaningful.
that's probably one of the biggest challenges I faced. Another, if we have time, one more big challenge that
Please go.
I have
Please, yeah.
definitely faced, yeah, is self-sabotage.
Okay.
So I think a lot of us sometimes are afraid of success.
Hmm.
And we're like, okay, great, we tried, didn't work, it's fine, and we just self-sabotage. And I have a graph on YouTube, which I use to remind myself, which is when I first started, my graph is like flatline. So it's like no real traction, no views, nothing is happening. Then in 2016, I created a little bit, the little blips. And then, 2015, 2016, like little blips and then flatline again. And then there's like this long period of flatlining. And then all of a sudden in 2017, the graph goes like, whoa, like straight up.
So how many years
And
in between
I,
happened? Sorry to interrupt. Just want to have the understanding.
yeah, so it's from 2009 to 2016.
Patience, a bit of patience. Take a note, friends. We should not
And there's
let
this,
things
I
go.
stopped for
It
a long
takes
time. I didn't do
time.
anything with it, and then came back and did a little bit, and then there was a couple of blips, and then stopped again, and then like, I don't know, it's not self-sabotage, basically.
You
I
thought of
self-sabotaged
stopping?
multiple times.
You thought of
I
stopping.
started and stopped. Yeah, yeah. And then in 2017, I remember the day. It's January 2017. I said to myself, okay, I'm going to commit, I'm going to give it my all, and I'm not going to stop this time. And it's what, today we're doing this interview in August 2023, and it's
Wow.
been going strong.
You have somebody in
And
front of
that's
us.
when
Why
the,
not?
yeah, that's
Fantastic.
when the results started to happen. So if I were to encapsulate the second challenge, it's learn to clap for yourself,
Very true.
because that's the opposite. Yeah, because that's what people think. Nobody's cheering me on. Nobody's my supporter. Even if, your family or your immediate audience is supporting you, but then you always feel like, okay, I don't have enough, people supporting me, not enough people watching, not enough people clapping
Mentoring.
for me. So you have to learn
Yes.
to clap for yourself.
So well said, Salma, because this is something which majority of women are not doing, celebrating themselves. If nobody else is
Absolutely.
celebrating, we have to a cheerleader first, because nobody will stand for yourself if you are not standing for yourself. So that's a very powerful line you have mentioned. And I will ask everybody who will be watching this video, do cheer yourself, have faith in yourself. Things happen at the right time, definitely. So I would love to know more about your channel now. What makes your video channel, YouTube channel, unique and how it stands out in between of this overwhelming world of YouTube? You want to share?
Right. So if you yeah, so my YouTube channel is my name, right? So it's
Yes.
youtube.com/Salma Jafri.
Yes.
And so a lot of times when people come to my channel, s- let me talk about the landscape of competition first. Um, YouTube educators in general, which is my niche, YouTube education and YouTube marketing, they are typically white, male, and usually in the US. That's typically where US, UK. That's typically where YouTube educators are from. If you look at the majority of YouTube education channels, they are run by uh, American men. That's the reality. Now, when I first started my channel, I used to live in Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not only a woman, but I was an Asian woman. Not only was I an Asian woman, I was an Asian woman living in an Asian country at
Right.
the time. So I started my channel and I was very, very concerned about, who's going to even bother watching because I was so different from the typical YouTube educator. So what makes my company stand out is literally that. The fact that I was scared I was different is now my strength. So
Wow.
my strength now, what makes me stand out, makes my company stand out is that I speak to the small creators, the small entrepreneurs, the small online business owners who are thinking that they're different. Maybe they have a different accent, maybe they speak a different language, maybe they look different from the other people in their industry and from their competition. That's your strength. That's what makes you stand out. So
Fantastic.
instead of trying to fit in, I went all in on my differences. I celebrated the fact that I look different. I plastered my face all over my thumbnails. I was like, look, I'm different. You're going to be learning different things from me. You're not. So everybody who didn't want to learn from, the typical person in that niche came to my channel. They're like, and then in the comment section, they started saying, we love how you're so casual, so authentic, and so different. You Some people met me in real life and they're like, wow, you're exactly the same on video as you are in real life. And that's the biggest
Wow.
compliment.
Fantastic.
Um,
So powerful. I think authentic part which you have mentioned is quite powerful, and that authenticity can really help anybody to grow in life if we are able to maintain that forever. Because many people, especially women, they just forget themselves, and just to convince the world, they change their personality, they change their behavior just to have a feel and be part of the culture they are. And then the difference lies how we are differentiating from others, because that authenticity only will give you power to move ahead. So,
so
so,
true.
so proud of you, Salman. So inspirational to know that you managed that phase of down part and then you lifted yourself up and you were confident about your originality, your authenticity, and that is helping you to grow now. Thanks for highlighting that part. So now we will love to know some secrets from Salma, how she is able to manage her burnout, how she's able to manage time
Oh,
management, because we know that internet world is so crazy and so overwhelming. So please share some
yeah.
secret tips how we can manage
Yeah.
energy.
Okay. Burnout is something I'm intimately familiar with. I actually landed in hospital. This was June 2019.
Okay.
And I was massively burned out. They didn't call it burnout. There was some mysterious infection, which, after all the blood tests and all sorts of tests, was never detected. It was just massive exhaustion, really, for me. So I really learned, never to put myself in that situation ever again. And so What I learned about burnout is that I'm not naturally somebody who can hustle 24/7. Like that is literally not me.
Yeah.
I need I need two things. I need breaks and I need rewards. So now what I do is I build that into my calendar. Like I will literally sit every December and do my planning for the next year. And the first thing I put on my calendar is how many breaks I'm going to be taking in the next year.
Wow. So
That goes in first.
awesome. I'm so excited to do this December.
Do this, do it. And you don't even have to wait till December. You can do it from for September to December now.
Let's
And one
copy
of the
that,
things
friends.
yeah, one of the things I like to do while planning those breaks is to sync my calendar with the rest of my family. So my kids will have school breaks or, natural breaks from their school year. So I'll be like, okay, there's a 1 week break coming in, let's say October. Then there's another 1 week break in, a 2 week break in December. Then there's a week break in, March for spring or Easter or whatever, right? So what I will do is I will look at those breaks and see if I can match
Mm-hmm.
taking breaks from work at the same time. So I'll take a longer break in December, 2 weeks off usually, because it's time when everyone has holidays pretty much all over the world.
Yeah.
People are having on some kind of break in December, right? So that becomes a natural break. So I will put in those breaks in my calendar. And the second thing that I do to boost productivity is the reward system. So what I do is I set goals for myself and I also set rewards for myself. So I'm like, when I hit this goal, when let's say I have a timeline and I'm like, okay, I want to hit this goal in September. When I hit this goal in October, I'm treating myself to XYZ thing. Maybe it could be a mini vacation, maybe it could be a spa day, maybe it could be buying a new wardrobe, maybe
Wow.
it could be whatever that looks like for
Oh,
me. Yeah, it's
definitely, it
different
gets
at
the
different
energy
times.
that it gets us into that
Yeah.
mode and zone because then we have
Yeah.
something to celebrate and get that
And something fun, because it's not always about work
work.
celebration. Sometimes I just want to
Definitely.
have a good time.
We cannot just let life just pass like that as an entrepreneur, right? We have to have fun and special breaks just for ourselves. Thanks for sharing
That
those
helps me.
tips.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that helps me do
Good
both the things.
copy.
It helps me be more productive and avoid burnout. So it's a 2-for-1 win.
Let's copy that, friends. Thanks for sharing those tips, Salma. So, yes, let's have some special moments. Go back to memory lane. Any special moment, aha moment, which you think just made you special and you have achieved what you wanted. You want to share something.
A special moment
Aha
that,
moment, yeah.
oh my God, there's so many aha moments in my life. But I think the biggest aha moment was when we moved to Portugal right now, which happened about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided that I want to shift my business from a, what was the idea when I started my business was that it would be completely online. It would be a complete, full 100% online business. And the idea was that it would bring in both passive and active income
Very true.
so that I could move anywhere in the world and take my business with me. So it was just an idea in my head a few years ago. In When the pandemic started, so around 2020 is when I decided that it's time to take this idea and actually think about implementing it. So can I move anywhere in the world with this business? And I realized that I need to put in better systems in place for that to happen. So I spent literally the entire pandemic year, the first year, 2020, putting in systems that would enable me to then move countries with an existing business. So when I land in a new country, I'm not new, I'm not setting up from scratch. I am not, having that transition period where the business is like, oh my God, I don't know
What
what
to
to
happen?
do, right? Yeah. So my aha moment was last year when it all came together. And it just all came together. And we literally had our visas and passports in hand. I'm like boarding the plane. I'm like literally boarding the plane to come to Portugal, one-way ticket. I've never bought a one-way ticket in my life before.
Daring.
We got stopped at immigration because they were like, you can't leave Pakistan with a one-way ticket.
Oh, they said that.
They said that. They
Oh,
said, we need proof that you're coming back. We're like, no, 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 we are not coming back because our visa states that this is an immigration visa. So you need to call somebody and figure this out. So this is the Emirates office. They had to call the Emirates office in London. They had to call their office in Portugal. The Portugal authorities then brought up our case and were like, okay, yes, this is a legit case. Then
Oh,
they transferred those authorities or whatever the go ahead to the London office. The London office then contacted the Pakistan office. Then they finally said, okay, you can go.
this is really a aha moment. I can
I was
understand
like,
now.
when things have to happen, the universe sort of
Yeah,
just
it
magically
works.
aligns itself. And when you're on
Right.
the right path and you believe that you're doing the right things for the right reasons, things will
Things happen.
happen for you, rather than you have to struggle to make them happen. So my aha moment was literally on the plane. I was like, I did it.
I did it.
I
Yay. Thanks for sharing. It's so nice to know that. And yes, friends, manifestation helps. Start thinking, what is the ultimate goal in life? And short-term goals, long-term goals, all goals should be there in your journal diary and start working towards it because things happen and we have the example in front of us. So yes, Salma, my last question. Please share some message for Women Lines audience which can be helpful to them.
okay, let me think about this one. Okay, I have something.
Okay.
I think and this is from my experience working with women.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right. So this is very women specific. In fact, one of the earliest videos I made was why women are natural marketers. And I think what happens with women, specifically with women, is that first of all, we're really good at multitasking. So we're always trying to juggle lots of things together.
Yes.
The second thing we're really good at is being self-critical. We're very good at that. We love to point
Precisely.
out all our imperfections, physical and otherwise. And we're like, oh, but I'm not the right weight, and I don't look good for camera, and I couldn't possibly, and what will people say, and all of those things, right? And so I think if I were to encapsulate all of that, I would say all of these things that you specifically as women deal with, they are all your strengths. Like, this is literally how you need to think about it. I have a crooked nose, that's my strength. I have brown skin, that's my strength. I sometimes doubt myself, I'm vulnerable, that's my strength. I am a mother and I'm juggling, housework and office work, that's my strength. Like, if you actually think about all of these things, they're amazing things that you're doing. They're amazing things that make you different, make you stand out, make you feel like, initially they make you feel like you're not good enough, but if you turn the script around and you call it a strength, something happens in your mind. You start to go even more deep and more proud of those things. And when you are proud of who you are, that exudes natural confidence. It's undeniable.
That's so
And
powerful.
when you exude that natural confidence, guess what happens? You attract amazing energies. You attract amazing people to you.
It's beautifully described and so powerful and meaningful because, yes, I certainly agree that many times women are their self-critics, the biggest critics, and they're not able to take those steps which can help them to move ahead in life. So friends, do take a note, get some inspiration from Salma Jafri, do subscribe her channel and upgrade your skills for YouTube. I'm sure you will learn a lot from her. Thank you so much, Salma, for sharing your insights and sharing valuable tips with us. We wish you all the best in your venture. Take care.
Thank
Thank you.